Hey guys, Paul Monroe here. And I wanted to talk to you about a scam that has been going around. There's tons of scams going around. I mean, they get phone calls, fake phone calls that we get, and fake emails that we get. And a lot of them are somewhat easy to identify, but some of them are really tricky. But these scammers are getting really, really smart and getting really clever. But this one seems to be really popular because over the past year or so, I've been getting tons of phone calls from somebody claiming to be from Coinbase. Now, Coinbase is a company that I used to belong to and I had an account with where I would buy cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and Ethereum and things like that. But I closed that account a long time ago, probably like 8 years ago. I closed the account. And maybe more like 5 years ago. I must have closed the account about 5 years ago. I closed the account and I took all my credit cards off of it. And then I think like 6 months later, I wanted to get back into the account just to see what was in there, just for fun. And it was extremely difficult just to reactivate my account again because they wanted me to upload my driver's license and everything, all these pictures. And because I had to go out of my way to do that, I didn't do it, which made me also realize that if anybody else wanted to get into my account, it'd be almost impossible for them to hack my account. And if they did, there's nothing in it anyway. But anyway, I get these phone calls, and yesterday I got a call from a guy claiming he's from Coinbase. And when I get these calls, I kind of mess with these guys a little bit. I waste their time because, it's valuable information to me. Being a cybersecurity guy, I want to know how these scams work. So I try to lead them on, making them think like I'm falling for their gullible tricks when really I'm just on to them and I just want to see how far they go. Now, this guy spoke perfect English. I don't know if they're using, a machine for that or anything, but he was very, very professional. And we were going back and forth. And, he's trying to tell me that my Coinbase account was compromised and somebody's trying to get money out of it. I'm thinking, okay, this is a total scam. And, if anything, there's like 2 pennies in that account. I don't know. And so then he was telling me, asking me, hey, do you have any external wallets, like someplace that you would store other cryptocurrency, what's called like a hard wallet or a soft wallet, external wallets besides like Coinbase. And he started naming off a bunch of companies that have these wallets. And he says, does any of that sound familiar? So basically he's trying to get information out of me to tell him, oh yeah, I have that one. And so he can get a little bit further into the scam and try to extort money from me. So again, I'm leading him on, telling him that, I really don't have a Coinbase account anymore. I closed a long time ago. He's like, oh yeah, well, no, I understand that. But, with all these external wallets now, to lead him on, I said, yeah, well, I do have a lot of money in some of these external wallets, but I'm okay. I'll keep an eye on it. Thank you for the call. Then he starts going into, and here's where the scam gets, really heavy, and this is what he wants. So he says, well, it sounds like you really don't trust me that much. I'm getting a feeling like you don't really trust who I am. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you an email proving that I'm from Coinbase, and you could just click on the email and open up the attachment, and you could see all my information in there, and you could, you'll realize that I'm legit. That's when I realized, okay, this is like 30 minutes have gone by already, and I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag, because what happens is they send an email to you, and I saw his email. He did send it, even though I told him there's no reason to send it, but he has to send it because that's the only way he's really gonna scam me. So he sent this email. Without opening it, I could see the header, and I could see that there was an attachment, a PDF, right? An Adobe file. So as a cybersecurity expert, I know that PDFs are really easy to modify. It's one of the most common ways that a hacker will use to put a virus on your computer. They use these a lot in employer hiring sites where, people send resumes to employers, and these resumes will include PDFs, right? Well, a hacker will do that, hoping that this employer will open up this PDF and then get hacked. So PDFs are very dangerous. EXEs are dangerous. Anytime you see those in emails, they're really, really dangerous. So anyway, there was no way I was going to open up his email, because when I even click on the email, which I didn't do, he's going to see that I opened it and maybe get some more information. I don't know what kind of information. He might get my IP address, other information about me. I wasn't about to give any of that up. He already had my name and my email address and my phone number, which is public. It's out there. How does it get out there? Well, if a site gets hacked and your name and information is on it, then these hackers will sell your information to what's called the dark web. These guys who are just malicious and they're hackers, and they get these lists of people with all this information, and they'll call you like they did with me. So your information is sold on the dark web, and that's how they get it. So make a long story short, I know this is dragging on a little bit. You got to be careful about these phone calls, especially these Coinbase calls. And when and this guy was very professional, and I said, after about 30 minutes, and he sent me the email, I said, let me just ask you one question. He goes, oh, okay, yeah, what is it? I said, did you know that you're calling a cybersecurity company and we go after hackers just like you? All of a sudden, his demeanor changed. He started yelling at me, putting me down, cursing at me, screaming at me like I wasted his time, when I just told him, hey, you know what? This was very valuable to me. I use these for educational purposes. Thank you so much, because everything, it was recorded, which it really wasn't, but I told him that. And I said, I use these for educational purposes to see how these scams work. So thank you so much for your time. You did great today. You weren't the best hacker that I've ever seen. You could have done much better. So I'm going to give you a B on this one. I've seen other ones that I've given A's to. They're really good. Yours was, it was okay. He got so mad. He started yelling and screaming, and then I just hung up on him, and I blocked the phone number. So it was a very interesting scam. It's very common, and I just want you to be aware of it so that it doesn't happen to you. I hope this was helpful to you in some way. Come back and check out my channel here, because I think I'm going to be posting more and more scams, which is, things that I've seen that have been going on. In fact, I have another one that I'm going to tell you about, which is unbelievable, something that I've never seen before. And I'll call it like the mail package scam. So look for that title. I'm going to post that pretty soon. I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay safe.